I don't know about you, but for me, being boring or bored is a fate worse than death. Especially coupled with a crazy high screen time, it actually makes me want to throttle someone. Because how can we have the most access to knowledge ever in our lifetime and all you do is watch it? You don't use it to do anything? Because of this frustration, I have decided to document this week my intentional consumptions and, more importantly, my creations, because I think we live in this consumerist world and the best way to fight back is to create more. Don't look at that part, I messed up there.
So for our first creation of the week, we are here in the pottery studio. Lately I've been very inspired by everything ancient Greek, and today I'm taking inspiration from Greek pottery. One part that was really interesting to me was always the red figure and black figure vases. So the concept of what they do is the figures are the color of the clay, and the rest of the vase is a different color that is painted on top, and you carve out the figures that you want of the original color of the clay. So for me, red and black isn't necessarily my personal color scheme, so I decided to paint my little vase cup blue, and I'm gonna etch out everything, and the figures will be white. I'm thinking of doing, I'll show like my inspo pics, but very like Athena central figures on here, so I'm very excited. So I've started carving in part of my design. I'm trying to do a Greek wave at the top, but I'm thinking this is still a little too wet, which is why it's not like coming out so nice, it's coming out so crackly. So we're gonna come back to this on Thursday when I'm here again. Hello, we're back at pottery and we have little progress. So if you remember, these ones are where I tried last time when the clay was too wet, and now these are the ones that I'm doing a few days later when it is totally dry. So I think it looks nice. I did get like way too big, and then you'll see here. But it's the first one I'm doing, so if I like how it comes out, I'll do more and then they'll be perfect and beautiful one day. Now we're gonna do the bottom part. So I just finished the bottom, and I'm very happy with how the bottom ones turned out. They're a lot more even and uniform. Wish I could have figured that out for the top row, but we shall survive. Now I'm gonna figure out what I want to carve on the inner part of it. I was gonna do like all over, but I'm like, do I have the mental stamina for that today? I don't know. So I've looked at some of my reference photos, and I think I'm gonna start with this coin. I have a lot of really ambitious things that I could trace on here, but I'm worried because, like, you know, it's one take, and after that I can't really fix it. So we're gonna start with this coin and see how it goes. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. I wasn't sure how it would be. I mean, of course, like that E, of course it like chipped away and there was nothing I could do to fix it, so I just made it look kind of strange. So it's maybe lost to time or something. And I did forget the little moon that was gonna be in between that plant and that owl, but that's okay. Maybe next time I try. But I think this looks cute, even from a distance. Like, you can't see little details, and up close you can definitely tell it's an owl. Cannot tell it says AOE, but it's not like that means really anything in English anyway. But now I don't know what to do. I was gonna do a few different designs, but I'm like, this one's cute, maybe I should stop while I'm ahead and not mess up the rest of it. I'm not sure. So I wanted to tell you about another one of my intentional consumptions, and it was this book series. It was a trilogy. The Shadow of What Was is the first one. It's the Licanius trilogy, #1 by James Islington. I have this book I've seen all over TikTok by him, The Will of the Many, and I'm really excited to read it. And that trilogy, all of the books were like this big, right? So they're like
600 pages, and I finished all 3 of them in a week. Like, they were that good. The best way I can describe it is if Dune and maybe like Lord of the Rings had a baby, like that's what the Licanius trilogy like would best describe it as. After reading that trilogy, which is his debut first 3 books, I'm really excited for this one because you can tell that James, like, he so intricately plots out everything that is going to happen, and those 3 books were like probably 3 of my favorite books that I've ever read. Like, they were just so impressive how everything wove together, how the characters developed. I loved them. So that was my recent intentional consumption in this. Though all of the many, I know there's a second one too, are my going forward. I'm a bit sad because this is 2 books and I know there's more coming, so that's gonna upset me that I have to wait to hear the rest. Hello, welcome. We're in my bed now. We are watching a movie. So I've put myself on a quest to watch every single Studio Ghibli movie, and today we are watching My Neighbor Totoro. I have seen so many of these characters like online when I went to a Japanese stationery store, saw tons of these guys, so I was like, why not? Sounds like my next watch. At the same time, we're going to be doing my second creation of this week. It is coming along slowly. I just took a knitting class with my mom, so I have been practicing a ton. I've already kind of messed this one up, but I've like started and restarted things probably like 4 or 5 times, and I'm like, I just need to finish something because I don't have ADHD, but I get bored really quickly, and if I don't finish this, then I'll probably just like not knit anything again because it'll like in my head take too long. I'll never finish anything, and then I'll just move on to the next thing. So it's kind of just gonna be my own random creation. We shall see how it goes. I'm hoping to get a good chunk of it done tonight, or some good length, but we'll see. I have my final thoughts on My Neighbor Totoro. I really liked it. I thought it was cute. I really liked the music. That was like the first thing that stood out to me. I was like, this just feels so magical, nostalgic, all the soundtrack to it. 2, I liked the characters. I think a lot of the movies where the kids are like little kids, like Ponyo I did not like because I thought the child was so annoying and I just want to smack it. But these children were okay. They didn't like make me angry to watch them. So where it ranks my list, I have Howl's Moving Castle as number 1. Obviously it's one of my favorite movies ever. Spirited Away is up there, and then I think Castle on the Hill. Then when Marnie was there, I liked that one a bit more than this one, even though the main character in that one was a bit annoying as well. Like, just so young. Some of the things that she does or says are like things you learn early on that make me embarrassed to watch her. So when Marnie was there, then My Neighbor Totoro and Ponyo is my ranking. So this week I've updated you with my knitting progress. I'm still not 100% done. It is definitely getting long and it needs to be blocked because it keeps curling up. But I think once it has all its length to it and I might add a few more rows, it will be a cute little neck warmer. I didn't follow any pattern. I just made this up. But like with a jacket, maybe my hair in a braid or outfit like this, I think it'll be really cute. So my last creative pursuit for this week is one that I've tried to start and have failed miserably multiple times, which is sourdough starter. I have found, I'll insert a clip, Carl Griffith's 1847 Oregon Trail sourdough starter. And it's, I believe, a nonprofit, and you send them a letter with a letter inside addressed to you, and they send a little sample of semi-dried starter that you just reactivate and then you can use to make bread, which is amazing. So that's what we're gonna do. So now I'm sealing my envelope with my address and the envelope with their address. I'm gonna tape it shut and then put it in my mailbox. They say it can take up to 6 weeks to come back. So today is October 3rd and we'll see what day it arrives, probably in a different video.